Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is David speaking. I'm the CMO of VRARA and the co-chair of the Enterprise Committee. Today I'm hosting a panel with Emmanuel Carrillo and Unai Aguilera from Technological University of El Retoño and Deusto University. They will be sharing their stories on how they are applying virtual reality to NS education. So enjoy. Okay, well, thanks for joining us today in the Education Forum and in this session, Innovation It's in VR. Here we have Emmanuel Carrillo, the Chancellor of the Technological University of El Retoño in Mexico. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk about how they are implemented virtual reality in education and their strategy and the benefits they are getting of applying this technology. So, Emmanuel, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for the invitation, David. It's a pleasure to be with you and all of the people who are listening us.
Thank you, Manuel. Let's start by asking, why did you bet in virtual reality? Because there are many massive technologies, and here I guess there are different universities and educational institutions just applying virtual, augmented, or mixed reality technology. Why have you bet in virtual reality initially?
Well, I think as educators, we have a special mission with our youngs, with our students. And I think that we are immersed in a globalized world. So we have to bet into this technology who give the students the opportunity of having global competences in this world. So having the opportunity to be in touch with this kind of technology, who is at the top of the pyramid of the 4.0 industry, it's not only a need for the industry, but it's a very good advantage for them in order to practice and develop global competences.
Okay, and actually you have, and now we can move on to the next question. You have this, let's say, innovation for our education. Okay, that's the main, let's say, topic around your global strategy of applying virtual reality in this case. So, how you are applying this virtual reality, and and the benefits you are getting right now?
Well, in the first step, we need to apply this technology to our education. So we are changing all our programs in order to adapt that programs in order to develop competence in modeling, programming, and designing that are competences that are high demanded in the industry. So we start training our teachers and our students in order to develop these capabilities. But after that, we need to start developing creative thinking in order to give the industry solutions for the problems that they will face in their works, in their industries, in their factories. And with all the pandemic and with all this stuff that we are living, actually, we need to train people in a safe facilities. We are reducing risks in training, and we are starting also to think about studying human behavior or things like this, because we are upgrading this facility daily.
Actually, you have built, on the spot, a new virtual reality center to develop this strategy. You are, training your teachers so they can create, the next generation of digital tools in virtual reality for your students. You are going to allow your students to, create the next big thing, using virtual reality. And actually, that center you have built, I have to say that it's, the biggest educational VR center with, 500 square meters where you can experience and you can also create your own virtual reality content. If we talk about the future, okay, and in regards of that innovation for our education strategy, what is the next? Because I know that you are not only using that to educate to the the education, but also to be connected to the region, which is one of the main, or one of the regions where the main automotive manufacturer sector is based, and you would like to grow social and economy of the region using that VIA center that you have already built.
Well, as you are saying, are you saying is we are located in Aguascalientes, which is the heart of Mexico. It's a region who uses a lot of technology daily, and we think that as universities, as educational institutions, we need to offer solutions not only to our students. So that's why we thought this facility in a bigger concept. So nowadays, we are not only giving opportunities to our students, but we are creating content as the industry is demanding it. So, which are the next steps? We are in touch with all the companies who are in the automotive sector, in manufacturing, but also we have been in touch with people from aeronautical and some of this kind of industry. So we are talking with them about the advantages that we have with this technology, because we miss the advantages of this technology, that you are in a collaborative way, that you have many advantages that also includes the time that you need to produce this kind of content, because the solution that Virtualware offer us not only gives the opportunity to think in a real space room, or in a bigger in a warehouse scale room, but also the possibility of converting or the contents that are modeling in programs like CAD or SolidWorks, or this kind of modeling tools, the possibility of turning into virtual reality in less time than the others, it's a huge advantage, not only for education, but also for the industry. And also, obviously, you reduce this cost, because you are reducing cost because students are creating content. So I think this is a great advantage for the industry too.
It's great because you have like two ways where you're applying virtual reality just for education to that spark collaboration and creativity. So you don't have the tools, the physical elements, maybe, the students are creating, so they can create it in virtual reality and experience that as it is in virtual reality, as it is in real, I mean. And then you are pretty connected to the industry, and because here many many people attending would say, okay, where is the ROI? Because if I invest in this, where I'm getting the real benefit? Okay, you have that benefit for the students, okay, but sometimes the money doesn't come from there. And then you are pretty connected to the industry, so it's like a win-win situation. So you grow the industry and you grow as well. And it's great because, you have invested in a lot of this. You are in let's say, in a region in the big Mexico, and you thinking about, okay, I need to innovate. You thought about virtual reality. You took the latest, in virtual reality to start that implementation of your strategy. So I think you are, and that's why, I invited you here. You're a great example of how, you don't need to be huge. Just have, huge ideas and a clear strategy, and start, implementing that strategy as you are doing with virtual reality. So, Emmanuel, this is quite short because we don't have, too much time. Thanks for sharing your expertise. I'm going to leave in the comment side, the link to the university and also to the project you have developed, which is pretty incredible. And I guess, everybody should take a look at it. So thanks, Emmanuel, for joining us today, and, stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you very much, David. And one final comment. I think these kind of projects give us the opportunity to think about common solutions, not only for big industries, for tiny universities like us, but also tiny enterprises or tiny industries who normally they don't have the possibility of investing in this kind of technology, in these kind of facilities. So we are creating a good environment for all. Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation, and we are like always at your service here in university at UTR.
Okay,
Thank you very
thank you,
much.
Manel. Bye. Okay, well, thanks for being here. We've discussed with Emmanuel from the University of El Retoño, and now we have Unai Aguilera from the Deusto University here in the Basque Country in the north of Spain. Thanks for joining us, Unai.
Yes, thank you, David, for the opportunity to participate in this forum. So thank you very much for the invitation.
It's great because you are at University of this is another example of how you are applying virtual reality for innovation, in this case in the education sector. That's why today we are in the Education Forum. So the first question is, why have you bet on virtual reality instead of other, immersive or other technologies that are available in the market?
Okay, we decided because we were interested because in the University of Deusto, in the Faculty of Engineering, we were creating a new degree on computer engineering with the specialization of video games, virtual and augmented reality. So we decided to use the virtual reality because we think that it is the technology that in the future we think that is going to provide that is going to be the better technology for the future. So the idea is that we started with the virtual reality because it allows us to create controlled environments, which other technology does allow to create controlled environments for research and to test our ideas. So the virtual reality allows to easily create controlled environments and safe areas to test our ideas. So the idea is that we want to test, for example, if the applications of the virtual reality in education and in learning has some advantages related to other technologies. So with the virtual reality, we think that it can create innovative and enjoyable experience for the participants. So that's the reason that we selected that technology. And we also think that the virtual reality can adapt better for the different learning styles and speeds of the participants in the applications domain. So the idea is that the virtual reality was the technology that we thought that was better for that application. In addition, we are thinking on how we can use virtual reality to improve and to apply it to science and STEM in general, for example, science and technology. So we were thinking on how we can use the virtual reality in the Faculty of Engineering of our university, for example, to create representations of some concepts that are difficult to understand for the students. So the virtual reality was the best technology because it allows a lot of flexibility when creating the environment, which, for example, augmented reality cannot provide because you have a full control of the environment in the case of the virtual reality.
So it's great because you mentioned key things. As a university, you would like to be at the forefront of innovation. That's why you are researching, because you see that in the future, you would like to have better prepare your students, and you see that virtual reality is going to be one of the technologies. And on the other side, in the way of learning, in the engineering part, okay, I'm creating something, how visualize that, okay? And it's difficult right now to manufacture all the ideas that the student could have, and even to teach different skills you would like them to have, in reality. Okay, that's great, because you have that two options. On one side, education, on the other side, to research, because you truly believe that this is going to be the technology of the future. Okay, so you mentioned actually two of the main applications, so where you are using virtual reality, but I guess you have different projects you are involved with virtual reality. So which are the benefits, and maybe you can tell us more about those projects?
Yeah, for example, we now are currently working with VRARA, which is which are partners on our research. We are trying to to start the project, we are going to create an innovative virtual reality training tool for healthcare. So the idea is that we are not going only to focus on the technological part, not only in how to create the environment in the case of the virtual reality or in the case of the augmented reality, but from the university point of view, we are interested on how to investigate the process of skill acquisition by the participant, by the student. So, for example, we are interested not only on applying that technology, but learning how the virtual reality, in this case, can help the students of medical schools, which is the domain that we are going to apply the project, how they can, how the virtual reality is going to help them to improve the skills acquisition and knowledge acquisition compared to other solutions that were used before, simulations or simulations of the process. So we think that the virtual reality has a lot of potential, but we are interested on the assessment of that potential in the process of skill acquisition.
It's great because you are using virtual reality, getting that benefits that you have already,
Yes.
told us. But
Yes.
you are thinking more, and actually that's the topic of our session. Innovation is in VR. How you are innovating and thinking in innovative ways. In this case, in the healthcare sector to train, etc. So it's great to know that because it's not applying like you as a university. Maybe the audience can think about only for education. No, you have your research department where you study and you have selected virtual reality and you're thinking how virtual reality can benefit any other industries and the society in general. So in the future, because I guess during this short conversation that we're having, you mentioned this. What is the future? Do you have a strategy and implemented virtual reality? Because now you are studying education side and research, but I guess you have a strategy in the future years to apply virtual reality inside the university or continue applying virtual reality.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we have started with the healthcare domain, but we are also interested in industry because as a faculty of engineering, we have a lot of students and a lot of relation with enterprises in the area that are working on industry, which are industries in the Industry 4.0. So we are deciding how we can use the virtual reality to improve the representations, to show info, maybe capture from IoT, Internet of Things devices, or showing that information as part of the building information, because we are trying we have another project which is going to try to show, to improve the process, the building construction process. So the idea is how to research how the virtual reality is going to help to take better decisions about the construction process, or mixing the data from sensors with data from the building information. So we are thinking about that. Also, we have another more research lines, which are how to use, as I said before, how to use the virtual reality to visualize algorithms or physics or complex visualizations to help the students how to understand most complex relations and everything. So using the virtual reality, and also we have some ideas for future research, not related with education, but how to add machine learning to the virtual reality, maybe for a scene generation, or to improve the tracking, or to improve the tracking of the participants in the room, or something like that.
It's great because this reminds me, you mentioned the Industry 4.0, and actually it's like a University of Retoño. They are thinking about how I actually monetize this. I would like to and give this to society as well. And I think worldwide the Industry 4.0, that strategy is worldwide. You can call it different ways depending where you are based. But this is great that you also connect virtual reality as a technology to help businesses innovate as well in different industries. And actually,
Yes.
you mentioned that you are also thinking about, okay, I'm going to add different other technologies that could be, not only in the immersive ecosystem, but in this digital ecosystem, so that can add value to virtual reality. So that's great. Unai, this is a very short conversation. Thanks for your time. Really, I will leave here, your contact. So if any other university, would like to be in touch with you, so you can discuss better your strategy. And thanks for your time.
Okay. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you, Unai. Stay safe and stay healthy. See you.
Okay.